What is going on, crypto family? So today we got the two co-founders of Ferrum Network with us. So it's great to have you guys here. Appreciate you guys coming on. How you guys doing today?
Good, Robert. Thank you so much for having us. We're excited to be here.
Nice, man. So you're awesome. So Ian, you're in Israel today. Naeem, where are you at?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. All right, cool. I love yeah, there you go. You got the brick behind you and everything. Nice, man. So maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, man. When did you guys get into crypto? Maybe a little bit of your stories, along the journey. Just tell us about yourself just a little bit, maybe take 60 seconds. And Ian, if you want to go first, and then Naeem, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So, my background was actually as a lawyer for many years in New York City. Got bit by the blockchain bug in early 2017 as an investor. Realized there was a professional opportunity when it sort of dawned on me that at a certain point I knew more about blockchain and cryptocurrencies than almost every lawyer at my firm. So I co-founded the blockchain practice team, was out, building up a client base. That's when I met Naeem. And he had just finished building the test net of Ferrum, and we met at an event, and he basically told me he can do a Bitcoin for Ethereum peer-to-peer transaction in milliseconds. And I said, wait, this is, this could be big. So we basically started working together. Ever since. That was back in March 2018. We've just been working on Ferrum ever since then. Nice, man.
What about you, Naeem? You got a different past, right? Didn't you come from some of the big FANG companies?
Yeah. So actually, my introduction with crypto started like 2008. The first time I read Bitcoin white paper, I was in Australia doing my PhD in distributed database systems. And it was so Bitcoin was an interesting distributed database system that was immutable and very interesting characteristics. So from the research point of view, I got interested at the time in Bitcoin. And then, so I've been familiar with the tech since then. About 6 years ago, I moved from Australia to US and worked for Microsoft. There was this Halo game that I was in that team building Halo 5 at the time, and then moved to Amazon. I spent a bunch of time in Amazon doing like big data, machine learning over there, and then moved to Bloomberg in New York City to work on fintech. And about less than a year ago, 2018, early 2018, I finished build the proof of concept of the Ferrum network with ability to just transact and exchange crypto, Bitcoin and Ether in millisecond and inside the Ferrum network. So early 2018, I had that ready. Then I said, okay, let's go out and see what we can do with this. So I met Ian at the time, and we went to consensus. We got the pitch competition finalists, and then it kick us out from there. And then it's been a very interesting ride so far.
It's awesome, man. So you're one of the OGs. I mean, you could be Satoshi, because I know Bitcoin went live January 4th, 2009. You're talking about 2008. So it's like, wow. All right. Well, yeah, you beat a lot of people to it. So, and it sounds like if you're able to make, Bitcoin and Ethereum, transactions or swaps in milliseconds, that's pretty freaking impressive, especially back then. So with Ferrum and all the stuff you guys are doing now, maybe kind of walk us through, some of the pillars of what problems you guys are trying to address with your guys' DAG-based system.
So we started as an interoperability solution between different networks. So examples are Icon, OneChain. There are a few other projects that started about the same time, like a little bit earlier than Ferrum, most of them, maybe a few months, but not much. But those projects went ahead and did an ICO immediately. We wanted to build the platform first, and we built we built the network. Then we go towards the applications. Then we focus on, okay, we got the network, but what crypto really needs is not is day-to-day users using crypto for their own, use cases, buying things and investing in different assets, but without really having to be too much indulged with blockchain technology. And we realized that Africa is a really great market for that. We started Kudi Exchange in Nigeria with the help of our partners in ground, and then we've been launching products since then. Like, we've got several products, a lot of products in progress. We have a Kudi app completely running on Ferrum network. It is out there in Play Store, and right now is only open to whitelisted people, and it's just like people can use it. People use it day to day. They use it to pay their friends. They use it to pay their businesses. And this is one of the apps on top of Ferrum Network. We have other apps coming up. So it's been very, very busy. We've been working very hard and trying to finish ecosystem, have a horizontal stack of application that solves real day-to-day problem for people.
Gotcha. So you have basically, the wallet that starts out, so you're able to make the peer-to-peer transactions. Then I know you guys have, I think, some over-the-counter, I guess, pieces of that as well. Then you guys have your DEX, right? So you guys are trying to create a cross-chain decentralized exchange that people can use as well. And then I think you guys have some ultra cold storage wallet in addition to this, right? So maybe just kind of touch on the DEX. How is it different than, say, Bank or IDEX or something like that, when they claim to be, decentralized exchanges of sorts?
Yeah. So Ferrum DEX is different in a fundamental way. The way so it's actually called Infinity DEX. It's a different product, and the way it is different is it focuses on a speed, and that basically other coins are represented in Ferrum DEX through something we call decentralized proxy tokens. So it is very much like a Binance DEX. Even though the idea was conceived a long time ago, and the proof of concept was there like last year, I would say like it's very much similar to Binance DEX in terms of how they process the interchain mechanism. The things that we have, like a specialized Ferrum DEX, is ability to have produce like derivatives, like crypto options, short selling marketplaces, and high frequency trading. As far as I know, it's the first DEX that allows completely third-party risk-free, high-frequency trading. Algorithm and businesses can start doing their trade without having to pay a lot of fees and waiting for every transaction forward to complete. And the reason this is possible for us is because Ferrum DEX runs on the Ferrum network, and Ferrum network has built with this in mind, that it's going to be useful for build for the cross-chain, like high performance applications. So uniquely, there are unique features in the Ferrum network that allows high frequency trading to happen. So there are some features that I would say, like compared to Binance DEX and other fast DEXs that are out there, there are some features that are unique to Ferrum, but compared to like older ones like IDEX and Banker network, and is that because it doesn't run on the Ethereum network. First of all, it's cross-chain. Also, it's fast because it doesn't run on the Ethereum.
So what about liquidity? Because that's always one of the biggest problems with DEXs, right? Is, centralized solutions seem to have all the money, all the people. And then when you go over to a decentralized, exchange of sorts, you're waiting for matches to be made between peers, right? And so there's really not that liquidity there. And you could be waiting, weeks, months, years before somebody takes your trade. How do you guys solve that issue?
Yeah, so that's the real problem. The liquidity problem doesn't have very good tech. So one thing that solves the issue is the speed. It improves the problem of liquidity because transactions can happen a lot faster. And by the time you can have you have one transaction, you can have 1,000 transactions. So it automatically improves the liquidity. But other than that, liquidity really comes with adoption and users. And that's why we're really focused on the ecosystem as a whole. So by launching in Africa and bringing tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of African users on the platform, then we're going to bring like a lot more liquidity into the network as well. So it's a long, so the liquidity is a long-term goal, and the way we solve it is obviously the speed is going to solve it. Normal things that people do to get liquidity, plus other products that Ferrum Network is putting out there in bringing user on board will improve that situation.
Gotcha. And then another big difference too is you were talking about cross-chain, right? So you guys will be able to, like you said, Bitcoin to Ethereum. Would you guys be able to do like Bitcoin to Ripple, or Stellar to anything else out there?
Yeah, in fact, in the proof of concept Ferrum DEX that is out there does Ripple. So that's also another thing. One thing unique with our cross-chain solution is, as long as the network that we're using, we are interacting with, uses elliptic curve cryptography, which is pretty much all of them, with the irony of IOTA that we are very related to. We can import those values and use them. That's a really, I would say, when we don't talk about it that much, but it's going to be one of the major advantages, because there's going to be a lot of tokens that will only be possible in Ferrum DEX.
No, that's great. Yeah, I mean, especially when you say decentralized, because normally if people want to be swapping tokens and coins, that are on different chains, they have to use a centralized solution to do that. So, this is pretty cool. And then, so you guys don't actually take custody. The people actually hold their keys. They hold their crypto. You guys are just kind of using smart contracts of sorts to swap tokens and coins.
That's true, and that's for so it's completely. We don't take custody at any time, and all our products is focused on that front. So we're trying to be with our Unifier wallet. We're going to provide decentralized banking to people around the world, in Africa with Kudi and Ferrum DEX for exchanges.
That's great. And then the ultra cold storage, wallet that you guys are talking about, is that kind of similar to like BitGo, or maybe tell us some of the differences between that and just say like a treasure wallet or something like that?
Yeah, so it's basically an app. It's very similar to Ledger Nano. There's an app you download. You get an old Android phone. You download the app. You disconnect it from internet first, and then you open it up with the knowledge that it is not connected to anything physically, so it can't be hacked. Then you just use that wallet, and you use your connected wallet to interact with it with camera.
All right, cool. And then you guys say that you guys have your app going live next week, right? So what will the users be able to do next week when they download and start using it?
Oh, awesome. So this is only for Africa, our African users. So we have a lot of backlog of users that want to use the app. We are selecting in batches, allowing people to onboard some sort of referral program only. So referred customers can use the app. And for Kudi, what people can do right now is to use it like, we call it the Venmo plus Coinbase of emerging markets, right? So you can send money like a small one naira, which is almost, you can't even put it on cents, because there's it's very low amount, a very small amount of money. You can send as little as 1 naira to a friend for free, and you can buy and sell crypto in the app. There's a merchant business feature. So there's a business. You switch to the like Airbnb app. You switch from guest to the host. In Kudi app, you can switch from the user to the business feature is going to be launched a bit later, but you can switch from like a normal user to business, and then you can do payroll and you can do POS. And as a normal user, you can just instantly transfer US dollars, and that's one of the things we have partnered with Gemini for.
Cool, man. Your audio is breaking up a little bit, so I'll have Ian, kind of talk to a little bit more. There was a couple parts that broke up right there. So next week, people will be able to download the app, and then the key features that people will be able to use next week are what?
Yeah. So the important thing to recognize about Kuti is it really is a revolutionary product for the people of West Africa. It's the only fintech product that offers digital buying and selling digital currencies, instant fiat peer-to-peer transfers similar to Venmo, and the ability to buy and sell digital US dollars, and that's through our partnership with Gemini. That app is now live in beta, but we're now launching it to a public audience sometime next week. So you definitely stay posted on our social media and all that. We'll be making some big announcements and probably have some bounties and stuff going on to celebrate that launch.
Cool. Right. And then before we wrap it up, I always like to learn a little bit more about the founders behind these projects. And normally I ask questions in the beginning, but this time I figured I'd wait to the end. So, maybe if you guys would, tell me, if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, man, what meal would it be? What kind of food?
And that's a tough one. I'm in Israel right now, so the food,
I know that's my favorite spot in the world.
My early and continued love still belongs to sushi. So I'm a sushi guy, and that's what I have to go for.
But you, Naeem?
Well, it's gonna be so there's this Persian food called korma sabzi, and that's my favorite food. So I can have it every day.
Awesome, man. And then if you could see two people fight, it could be any two people in the world, cage match, who would it be?
Oh man, I hate to get political, but how about Trump and Obama? I think people would pay to see that, right?
That'd be a fun one to watch. What about you, Naeem?
I know, maybe I'll say like one of them is gonna be Vitalik.
Vitalik?
and honestly, yeah. Maybe the other one is me.
Vitalik and Justin Sun. Let's go.
Oh man, let's start selling tickets now. Yeah. That would make the ICO craze look like nothing. You'd raise so much money if you put that fight on. Oh, geez, that'd be great. That's awesome, fellas. Well, it was great meeting you guys. So where can people go to learn more?
Yes, you can go to our website, ferrum.network. Please join our Telegram community. We got a lot of great stuff coming up, airdrops, information on the private sale, ultimately public sales coming up in the near future. So we're just getting started over here at Ferrum.
Awesome, man. You got anything else you want to say, Naeem, before we let you go?
It's awesome. Just check out our website, join our Telegram channel, and there's a lot of exciting and interesting airdrop campaigns happening in the next in a very close future, in celebration of our launches, product launches, and yeah, so be part of it. It's going to be huge.
Cool, man. Exciting stuff. It's great to meet you guys. Have a great weekend. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.